Little Bear Barnaby sneezed a big, fluffy sneeze, sending a tiny cloud of dust swirling in a sunbeam. The little bear's cozy cave, usually a place of comfort, seemed to have gathered a bit too much forest dust. "Ach-oo," went Little Bear Barnaby again, wrinkling a small brown nose. This dust was getting everywhere, tickling Little Bear Barnaby's whiskers and settling on favorite fur cones. Bear Mama always said a clean den was a happy den, though Bear Mama was visiting Bear Grandma this week. Little Bear Barnaby decided it was time for a proper spring cleaning, even if it was summer. With a determined sigh, Little Bear Barnaby found a large, leafy branch to use as a makeshift broom. Little Bear Barnaby began to sweep, shooing the clouds of dust towards the cave entrance. Underneath an old pile of dried leaves, a thick layer of dust had settled like a soft gray blanket. As Little Bear Barnaby swept vigorously, the leafy broom hit something hard beneath the dust. Curiosity twinkled in Little Bear Barnaby's eyes. What could be hidden under so much dust and leaves? Little Bear Barnaby dropped the leafy broom and began to dig gently with small bare paws. The dust puffed up, making Little Bear Barnaby cough, but the little bear was too intrigued to stop. Slowly, an edge of something smooth and wooden emerged from the dust. Little Bear Barnaby cleared more dust away, revealing a small, forgotten wooden box. The box was very old, covered in a fine layer of ancient dust that clung to its surface. It had a tiny, tarnished brass latch. Little Bear Barnaby's heart did a little flip-flop of excitement. Who did this box belong to, and what secrets did it hold, hidden under years of dust? With gentle paws, Little Bear Barnaby brushed off the remaining dust from the latch. The little bear tried to open it, but the latch was stiff. After a moment of wiggling and pushing, the latch finally gave way with a soft click. Inside, nestled on a bed of faded velvet that had miraculously escaped the worst of the dust, lay a single, smooth river stone. The stone was painted with a bright yellow smiling sun. Little Bear Barnaby remembered Bear Papa telling stories of a special happy stone Bear Papa had painted as a cub. Bear Papa had been sad when the stone was lost long ago. Could this be it, hidden all these years under layers of forgotten dust? Little Bear Barnaby picked up the stone, feeling its comforting weight. The painted sun, though a little faded, still seemed to radiate warmth. The dust had kept it safe, in a way, preserving this small treasure. The cave was still a bit dusty, but that didn't seem to matter so much anymore. This little bit of sweeping had uncovered more than just dirt, it had uncovered a piece of family history. Little Bear Barnaby realized that sometimes, even in things like ordinary dust, there could be unexpected discoveries. The little bear carefully placed the happy stone on a prominent ledge, free from any new dust. Little Bear Barnaby couldn't wait to show Bear Papa when Bear Papa returned. The thought of Bear Papa's joy made Little Bear Barnaby's own smile as bright as the painted sun. Cleaning away the dust had brought a forgotten memory back to life. Little Bear Barnaby finished sweeping the rest of the cave with a lighter heart, no longer seeing dust as just a nuisance. Sometimes, Little Bear Barnaby thought, a little dust just means a story is waiting to be found. and Little Bear Barnaby was very glad to have found this one.